Hello, everybody. How y'all doing? Thanks for coming by. So yeah, we're going to be having a nice heart to heart with none other than 423 Chase. For those of you who may not know him, you're going to get to know him a whole lot better tonight. So yeah, we're going to be talking about all this crap that's been going on because honestly, I have no idea what's been happening. All I know is there's a guy who was really trying hard to find summer and doing everything he could, and things were looking great. And then all hell broke loose. So, yeah, we're going to bring him up and hear from the man himself. So, here he is, Mr. 423 Chase. Beebo doo
Hello,
boo.
Mark.
Hey, buddy.
How you doing, man?
I'm doing good.
Good, good, good. I'm okay. It's turning winter down here, though.
Yeah. It's snowing a little bit up here already.
Oh God, I don't. I don't look forward to that. That's for sure.
No, I am not a fan of winter at all.
Nope,
I'm
nope.
definitely in the wrong country.
You are a little too far north, man.
Yeah, just a tad.
Yeah. Oh man.
All right,
Uh,
so why don't you just give a real quick rundown about how you found out about summer and what motivated you to come on YouTube and try and help find her.
Well, I was getting off work, or actually going to do something for work one evening, and the Amber Alert come up on my phone about, I think it was about 8 or 9 o'clock that evening, and that's when I first found out about it. And then it wasn't, you know, my thought at first was, I know that area. um there's, I mean, there's all kinds of wildlife over there, and I'm thinking, oh God, that little girl's got out in the woods, and there
Mm,
she goes. Figured something might have got her, because that's not too crazy to happen around this area.
yeah.
Okay. Couple days went on, then couple weeks went on, and I get on. I used to go to YouTube all the time because I'm a big sports fan. I would always look at watch Undisputed and ESPN, and I would watch a lot of how-to videos. See if just the regular YouTube stuff. Well,
Mhm.
started coming up, and because I'm in this area, you would start getting recommended videos, and then by this time everybody had their videos out about you know the whales and summer missing. Well, I got to listening to them, and I thought, I started thinking, that ain't right. That's not true. That's not true at all.
Mm,
So, I got to talking to some friends and everything, and they said, well, let's see what we can do to help. And that's basically how it got started. And one of the guys down here, he's more technically inclined than I am. I'm not a big tech guy.
mm,
So I know how to push record and download. Basically, that's about it. And we got to we just started asking around, getting involved, and started trying to help more, and then started meeting the right people, and were able to help even more than what we were to begin with. So then I the farther it went along, the less coverage there was. There was,
mm.
you couldn't see it on the news, and if you did, it was a 30-second spot. Um, a month goes by, then uh, no coverage whatsoever. Then even less coverage. So I think, well, let's see what we can do. So we start passing out flyers. Then it just grew from there. It took off from there, and then I helped put a billboard up, and now it just seems like all hell's broke loose. So, but that's basically, in short, what got me involved in it.
Mm. Yeah, I can definitely understand when
If you,
you.
I mean, if you have any,
Slow your chat down.
Oh, I'm supposed to slow my chat down. Okay. Dozer, coffee time yet? It's almost sleepy time, Dozer. Welcome to the team, Lipstick and Crystal, Dalen. Okay, now I got to figure out how to slow my chat down. I think I know where it's at.
better you than me, buddy. I have no clue.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not used to so many people showing up that actually need to slow the chat, so this is kind of a little bit different for me. We'll do that too. That should do it. All right. So, what came first with you and all those other people, the billboard idea or the fundraiser idea?
No, well, I had always been, what I figured, I started getting, once I started putting a few videos out, I started reaching out to some people, to say, look, I'm down here. What can I do to help? Because my whole thing the whole time was been keep her name out here, because I saw the writing on the wall. I mean, it started slowly going away. And then I saw, you know, um, they just stopped a lot of the searches. And then I heard they wouldn't let EquiSearch come back. And, so I started reaching out to some other creators saying, look, what I'm new at this. I don't know what I'm doing, but what can I do to help you? And then some of the creators started getting back in contact with me. I tried to help all I could. And, so I guess we'll do the reward fund first.
Okay.
It started out, I mean, it wasn't anything planned. It wasn't anything that, 4 or 5 people got together and said, hey, let's do this. It was, it just happened. I don't remember whose channel it happened on first, but it just happened and then it took off. The ones that were all involved were QCarlock, John Q, Penny at True Crime Commentary, Scott H, and Tiffany. All 5 people were in, on panels, talking about it every day. It was the only thing being talked about for, I don't know what, 12, 14 days, maybe. I mean, 24 hours a day. It wasn't easy. I mean, like I said, at first everybody was on board with it. They would switch back and forth from panel to panel, or not panel to panel, but channel to channel.
Yeah.
And like I said, everybody was on board with it. Everybody was a go with it. Well, so Q, she already had a I guess you call it a store, or where you can go buy stuff.
Yeah.
She made a design with Summer's picture on it, and I forget what she called it, but anyway, didn't and up to this point, still all those creators, I mean, even myself, I'm not taking me out of it. Even myself, I was all for it. I mean, of course, you had some that were given slack for it, talking bad about it, saying it was wrong, whatever. Well, it might have been wrong, but it was not done with ill intent. Okay, nobody done it with ill intent. So,
Yeah.
where I see that everything started going south, okay, was um, the night the the night that I forget which night it was, but it come into question about a waiver, and the waiver was that they needed to get a waiver to start selling, the clothes and things like that with Summer's name or Summer's face on them, which to me, even still today, I don't see a problem with it, because to me, it's like it gets your child out there more. But
Hmm.
maybe there is a problem with it. I don't know. I know if it was me, I'd have my kid everywhere. I mean, it's plain and simple.
Yeah.
I'd have my kid all over the place. But what happened was there was, and this is what usually causes there was a misunderstanding. Okay, there was a misunderstanding about a waiver, and what happened was that week, um, Tiffany had been sick, and she had received an email from Cam and Allie. Okay, now remember that. Okay, she had received an email from Cam and Allie at Cracking Cases. And let
Hmm.
me let me say this before I go any further. Cracking Cases has nothing to do with this whatsoever. I've learned on YouTube, if you say anything, you got to make your point.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah. You got to be
Cracking,
crystal clear.
Cracking Cases had nothing to do with this reward fundraiser at all. Period. So Cracking Cases had sent Tiffany an email about, well, I'll get to that in a minute. Just remember that while Tiffany was sick, they sent her an email. Okay.
Mm.
On on the very last night of that, now anything I'm saying, you can go back and look it up. It's all on video somewhere. But on the very last night of that fundraiser, after they had raised 32,000 something. I mean, and I may be off on that figure. I don't know.
That's what I
Q
heard.
has it. But the very last night of that fundraiser, at the very end of it, um, Scott H just went ballistic. He went ballistic over saying that there was a waiver given to Tiffany and that she didn't have it, or that she had it and didn't release it. Well,
Mm.
anyway, he went ballistic. Okay. All right. The whole time he was doing his thing, and like I say, I mean, after what's happened to me in the last few days, you know, I can't lie about it. I mean, Tiffany didn't have the waiver. She was trying to get at the. I'll get to that later, but at this time, all Tiffany had from Cam and Allie was an email talking about them straightening, Cam and Allie straightening something up that somebody had said about the fundraiser. Okay.
Mm.
Well, Tiffany had tried to get on the panel, I guess, and she couldn't get on. So she goes and starts a live up. Now, remember, up until this point, everybody is supporting this reward fundraiser. Okay.
Yep.
Up until right here, up until the very last day, up until it is over, every one of them supporting it. Okay. So Tiffany goes and starts a live, and she says, and I think, if I'm not mistaken, she even brought Cam on, but she said that she had been sick and should have sent Q the email that she had, but she had been sick and didn't send the email that she had. But even still, that email at that time didn't have anything to do with the fundraiser,
Mm.
okay, or with the waiver. Okay, the email she had nothing to do with the waiver. Okay, now Okay, now after all that's done, okay, we go on a day or two later. Well, everybody's going on about who has the waiver, okay. Cam and Allie on one of their videos, they did say they had a waiver, and at that moment they did, okay. But I guess Candace or somebody changed their mind and took the waiver away. So you can't hold that against Cam and Allie. Cam and Allie is not the Wales press secretary, okay? That can't be held against them. Let me say that one more time. You cannot blame that on Cam and Allie because Cam and Allie are not the Wales press secretary. But that's where it started. That's where it went south. Okay.
So Candace changed her
Tiffany
mind.
got mad because Scott. That's what I was told, and you know, from Cam. I mean, you know, but now he didn't. He has nothing to do with it. Cam and Allie have nothing to do with this fundraiser. Period. Whatsoever. Let me say that again.
So they were just kind of like
you
the
know,
go-between
we had
between
reached
all
out.
you guys and the Wells.
Well, yeah. I mean, if you'll remember, Mark, I even came on a sheriff's show one night and asked if she could help get a waiver. If you'll remember, I mean, I think she will remember that. I'd even tried to come on your show to see if could get a waiver for it. And but anyway,
Sure remembers it.
what happened? There was a waiver, and then there wasn't. And that's when the whole fundraiser went south. Was now after it started going south, Tiffany backs out of it. Starts you know. Well, let me say this. Cam and Allie never actually had the waiver in their hand. They were going off what they were told, you know, and that's what it said. That video that everybody's playing is just Cam and Cam saying that he, to go look the video up. But either way, there wasn't a waiver. Okay, at the end of the day, there was not a waiver. Okay. So after this whole waiver debacle, Tiffany starts pulling out of it, stops supporting it, and then, people start asking for refunds. Okay, well, when does anybody have a question up to that point? I'll stop right there. If you got a question, Mark, go ahead.
I do. About this waiver, did Don or Candace ever actually get or sign this waiver?
No.
Did they? Were
Never
they
was.
the ones
Not
demanding?
that I'm aware of. Huh?
Were they the ones demanding a waiver?
No. Everybody that was supporting the reward fund was asking, to get a waiver, because what had happened when they stopped it, the Spring Tea or whatever, the company stopped it because somebody had called the company itself. Okay. And they said, they took it down. So, therefore they had to have a waiver. And there was never a waiver given. Cam and Allie never had it. They never had it to, somebody had told him or texted him or something. And then they, but you can't blame that on Cam and Allie because they didn't have a dog in the race. They are not the Wales press secretary. It should have never been asked for them to do in the first place. But they, like I said, they are completely innocent in the whole thing. They had nothing to do with it whatsoever.
So who had the waiver, or was it just
No,
theoretical at this point.
no, nobody there. All it was somebody had got information to Cam that there could be, or they would, and then they changed their mind. I don't know. We would have to ask Cam about that. But what I am saying is, it wasn't up to them. Period. There was a lot of stuff put on Cam and Allie that shouldn't have been put on them. That should have never been put on them at all. And then that's what I'm trying to get to. People get drug into things that they have nothing whatsoever to do with.
Yeah,
and
that does happen.
That's what happened here. Well, they took a beating for that, and it wasn't there. They should have never been brought up.
I saw in the chat someone said it was Teespring that requested the waiver.
Yeah, the company that does the manufacturing, they wanted the waiver because so many people had called.
People called and complained. I get that.
Yeah.
So, but that never happened. So that the merch store, it never got opened back up after that point. Then,
not with Summer's picture on it. No.
Okay.
No. So that brings us to where that whole debacle with Scott and Tiffany happened. Oh, you want me to keep going from there, Mark? Or
might as well, yeah. Oh, someone's asking if they got a waiver for the billboard.
Oh, wait, yeah, I got a waiver for the billboard. Matter of fact, the PR guy's the one that signed off on it. Yeah, that was done 100% legitimate.
And
I made sure of that before.
I can't remember the guy's name, but they're Don and Candace's media guy.
Yeah,
he's the one that did that.
I'm not gonna mention his name.
That's fine.
He can.
Yeah, I know who it is. I just can't remember his name off the top of my head. But that's okay. So that was all above board and all legit. But we'll do that billboard thing after, because I think I'm really confused.
Yeah, we'll get to that in a minute.
Fundraiser debacle.
Okay. All right. Now remember, up until the very last night, everybody was supporting it, or at least, I'm learning that there's certain people that talk to each other and they leave people out of it. So, to my understanding, up until that point, all of the 5 people that I mentioned were in support of the reward fundraiser. Hell, even I was. I mean, I'm, to this day I support it. But all right, so we get to where that last night. Okay, Scott H and I mean, you got to go back and look at what was said. I'm not going to repeat it. But anyway, he come unglued about what we just talked about the waiver and all this, that, and the other. And then him and Tiffany start getting into it. Well, Tiffany then pulls her support from it. And then it starts starts being said that it's a scam. It's a I don't know, just anything you can think of. So at that point, people start requesting money back. Okay. People start requesting refunds, and Q starts QCarlock, she starts giving refunds. Now when you do it, if I'm not mistaken, when you do a refund through PayPal, I'm not, like I said, I don't have PayPal, so I don't know. But from what I can understand, sometimes it takes a little bit for it to clear and go back or whatever. Well,
I wouldn't know.
So she starts giving refunds, and then when the first refund hit, then it just spreads like wildfire, you know.
Mm.
Then everybody starts asking, and then more and more and more. And by that time, it's a full-blown scam. Well, you know, there was never any, you know, people are saying there's never any money going to even go to the Civis Bank. There's never any money going to go here. There's never any. Let me back up a little bit. What was supposed to happen is I was supposed to, after all the funds cleared, Q was going to go to her bank, get a what is it, a cashier's check, I believe it is. Get a cashier's check and send it to my PO box, and I was going to take it to Civis Bank and give it to them because they wanted video of it. I was fine with that. Okay. All right.
Yeah, I had heard that.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'll tell you why that didn't happen in just a minute.
Okay.
For after that, every single day from that night that fundraiser ended up until right now, QCarlock's had the shit beat out of her, just like you did, Mark. Just like you did. Tiffany and AB, they've been beating the hell out of her. You can go look it up. Go look. You know.
I'll skip that trash, thanks.
Okay. All right.
Well, I don't know Tiffany, but the other one, yeah, skip.
All right. Well, anyway, like I said, she's had the hell beat out of her ever since that fundraiser ended. Okay. And when she gave some of the refunds, okay, now, you know, I don't believe in doxing somebody. Okay. I don't know if she did or not. I don't spend all my time on YouTube. Okay. I got a lot better things to do.
Yeah.
But there's people saying there's people saying that when she gave some of the refunds back, she doxed people, or so. That was wrong. If that's what happened, that was wrong. Okay.
Yeah, I heard
but here's
about
what
that,
I don't
and I
understand.
tried to find it, but I couldn't see where she did. But someone said that they have do other channels that she did it on there. I don't know. I did not see it.
If she did it, that was wrong. Okay. But here's the thing. You got Tiffany and AB sitting there beating the hell out of her for doxing somebody's name. And out of the same breath, they've used AB's channel for the last 4 days to have nothing but me on it. Okay.
Yeah, I know what that feels like.
Anything about me that they can find to put up. So I mean, that's pretty hypocritical if you ask me. But yeah. I will tell you this: Canadian attorneys are pretty expensive.
Yep, they are.
Canadian attorneys are pretty expensive.
That's why I won my 2 YouTube defamation cases against that other creator, and nothing happened because I can't afford a lawyer to do anything to him. But I won.
Well, I'll tell you this: the Canadian attorneys are expensive when you're having to pay for them down here.
Yeah, they like their money.
But anyway, so I just don't understand how 2 people can say it's bad for somebody to dox somebody, and then out of the same breath use your channel for 4 and 5 days to do nothing but come at me. Use your channel for these kids, okay? I've done told everybody on here 100 times my background, okay? So what? Use your channel for what you say you're supposed to be using it for, but I can't say much more about that. It'll be said in a courtroom real soon. Okay, so now that does that clear up the no, let me keep going on that a little bit, Mark. So Q's getting the hell beat out of her. Okay. So she says, Okay. Now this is what she had relayed to me after the situation happened to me that happened. Okay. Apparently she got so fed up with it, she went ahead and wired what monies had already cleared to Civis Bank.
Mm-hmm.
And it was 17,000 some dollars. Okay. She wired it and it was received. Okay. So that left the remaining balance of $14,904.61. Give or take a few pennies. But that was beat into my head, one evening. So when the money got to the bank, they knew, guys, if you think for 1 minute that when all anybody talks about on YouTube is scamming and money and this, that, and the other, if you think for 1 minute that law enforcement don't know who you are and where you are, you're badly mistaken. Okay, badly mistaken. So I come home one evening and there's cops here at my house. Well, that's because the check was supposed to be in 30-some thousand. Okay. Well, it wasn't. It was short.
Yeah.
So that's why the cops were here with me. And now I'm pretty well sure I know who made that phone call to have those cops here. But that don't matter. So that's why the cops were here, was because it was short that amount of money. From whatever the top line was, the 17,000 that got there, it was short the 14. And
right.
But Q knows all those figures, and I don't have a doubt in my mind that once all that stuff clears, just like you, Mark, it's going to go right to where it's supposed to go. And Mark, you can look back any video I've ever. Well, you can't now because I took all my crap down. But I even told you on here one night. I said, you let the man finish. I think that's the words I used, was let him finish. I mean, the money has to clear before it can get anywhere.
Big thing going around today.
So
asking about the phone call.
Okay, yeah, there's some people asking about the phone call.
Yeah, we'll get to that in a minute.
They live
We'll get to that.
a billboard.
Yep.
Okay, just once.
Yeah.
Sorry, honey was catching me up.
That's okay.
Okay, where did we leave off here?
You want to go ahead and do the leaked phone call now? You go ahead and do that.
Sure. Whatever you feel like, man.
The phone call that was recorded without my knowledge. Okay. Like I said, I am 9 miles from Ben Hill Road. Okay. I'm out there well, I'm not out at Ben Hill Road every single day, but I'm out here every single day of my life. Okay. I've heard everything. Now, this is what you hear on YouTube. Okay. What I'm going to tell you that you hear on YouTube is not what you hear down here. Okay. But let me tell you what you hear on YouTube. Okay. And every one of you's heard this. Okay. She's been stuffed in a whale. She was in that red tote. And when I say she, I'm talking about Summer. Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
Now, this is what you hear on YouTube. She was put in a grave behind on Jody Sue's land. She was put in a grave on Dodson's land. This is the stuff that you hear on YouTube. Okay. She was dumped off somewhere. The Mexican mafia has her. All that is what you hear on YouTube. Okay. That's not what you hear down here. Okay. When you're down here in it, you don't hear bullshit like that. Okay. What you hear is along the lines of what I said on that phone call. Okay. That's what I said on that phone call. If they'll back it up just a little bit, the person that recorded that phone call was almost in tears, thinking the little girl is dead. Why does this little girl have, in everybody's scenario, why does she have to be dead? She may very well be, but why does everybody have to say this little girl is dead? Okay, what I relayed in that phone call that I thought was between me and supposedly a friend, what I relayed in that phone call was what I was told by not one individual, but one individual that I trust and I have no reason to doubt. Okay. But that's what if you go out here today and walk around, if you will leave your state and come down here and walk around and take the time to see what's going on, you will hear that by more than one, I assure you. Because see, here's what was happening down here, guys. At one time, all these YouTube creators were coming together. You know, everybody was preaching summer. Guys, when that happens, people listen. Okay? That's when you can cut through all the bullshit, and when you can and people start listening. All right? But something happened that just ruined that, ripped it apart. You know, now it's going back to the same old, you know, the get along boys. Now that's what it's gone back to. But there was so much pressure being put on people down here, and the community was coming together so good, you know, and so much pressure being put on the right people. You're not going to be able to wait. I mean, you're going to have to get up and do something. I mean, guys, look how many of you know that Summer was on News Nation the last 2 nights in a row? How many of you even know that? I mean, in the chat or anybody that's listening, that's what I'm saying. You didn't, but she was. Summer has been on News Nation the last 2 nights in a row. Okay? Guys, that's because of what you all are doing. It's not because of what one individual is doing. But see, nobody knew that. Nobody had any idea of that because they're too busy watching 2 channels bash me. Get on what matters. Okay? I'll say this right now, that what I was told, I have no reason not to believe it. Now, this is what pisses me off right here. I don't know where the girl is. I have no idea. If I did, I would be there, or I would be sure. And here's the thing. What I said in that conversation, it's already been told to law enforcement. It's already been told to TBI. It's already been told to FBI. It's been told to everybody. Guys, walk around out here. Everybody knows that story. Everybody knows that.
All right. So for those
See,
who are
out
watching who
here,
may not have heard that phone call, what was said?
all right. What was said was that there was a truck at the bottom of the hill. Okay, there was a driver. They said Summer had to have been lured out of the house, okay, by somebody that she knew. All right, because this is law enforcement's words here, and I think Don even said it. The dogs had her sent down to the road. I mean, is that not what law enforcement said? The dogs had her sent down to the road, and it had just disappeared.
Yep. That's
Okay.
what they said.
Well, they said she was put in a truck, taken away. Okay. They said ever how long it was after Grandma left, that she was gonna take some heat for a little while, and then be a hero. Okay. I'll even get to more of this when we discuss what happened over the weekend, okay? But with the arrest and everything. All right. That they had eyes on the whales and eyes on everyone, okay? And when they said everyone, why would that mean they didn't have eyes on the one that matters the most, and that's where she's at, and that's the way I took it. That's the way other people believe down here. Not only me. Come down here and ask anybody. But if you're on here listening to YouTube bullcrap, that's the problem right there. Am I saying I'm right? No, I ain't saying I'm 100% right. But guys, tell me why does everybody have to believe she's dead? Guys, if that was your daughter out there, would you not want to believe she was alive? Would you not want, why does she have to be dead? Why? Yeah. Listen, if something happened, and everybody's saying she was dead in that picture in that truck, let me tell you something. Guys, when everywhere Candace was that day, she was within 5 minutes of a freaking hospital. Okay, but a lot of you don't know that because you ain't took the time to look it up, okay? Everywhere she was that day, she was within 5 minutes of a hospital. Now, I don't care if you like your kid or you hate your kid, okay? If something's wrong with your kid, you're going to take them to a hospital. That's what I think anyway, okay? Yeah. I just don't understand why we have to think this little girl is dead. That makes no sense whatsoever. But I'll tell you this, there's a lot of people down here in important places don't think the girl's dead. And that conversation was supposed to be between what I thought was me and a friend. What? Okay. Now, here's the thing.
Who?
Don and Candace and kids.
Okay. So
go ahead, Mark. I'm sorry.
People were hearing about this phone call and they were getting to the conclusion that you knew where Summer was, or what?
I've been accused of knowing where Summer was. I've been accused of knowing where Summer was. I've been accused of being the one that had Summer. I've been accused of being the one that took her. I've been accused of being the one that had it set up to take her. I've been accused of all that.
Okay, I just want to say something to everybody out there who's listening. What Chase just said, all of that exact same shit happened to share, and me. All of it, exactly. We knew where she was, then we were involved, then we were hiding
And
her, then we set it up. All of it exactly at us. And it was only because we were talking to Don and Candace. I know there are a few of you out there who are fans of those other channels. Get this in your head. They pick somebody and they just recycle the same bullshit. Go back 2 months, they're saying the exact same shit that they're
do you
saying about
not see a
Chase,
pattern?
saying it about us. And in 2 more months, they'll be saying it about someone else. Stop watching this trash. All right, go ahead, Chase.
Do you not see the pattern? Do you not see the pattern? Okay, now these two channels are also sitting here knocking Q, beating the hell out of her for doxing somebody, but in the same breath, every video that he's put out in the last 3 or 4 days has been about me. Okay? And like I said, Canadian attorneys, they ain't cheap. And I've got the receipt to prove it that they're not cheap. But that's neither here nor there. and American attorneys ain't cheap either. So if that tells you the other one. But okay. So like I said, I've same story. Okay, you all got accused of what I'm being accused of now. Mm-hmm. All right. And let's see. Where do you want to go? I mean, have I answered that for you? Oh, have I answered that? Is there anything else on that?
Just give the chat a minute. Do you guys got any questions about the phone call or the fundraiser for Chase? I'll give you guys a minute, but if you have a question about those two things, put them in the chat.
Because after tonight, I'm going shut about it because it's going to be handled legally. When me and Mark set this up, I had to beg my attorney to even be able to speak about this. Because after tonight, won't be spoke about by me no more, but it will be spoke about.
Yeah. Okay, so a couple people were asking, I'm assuming they are talking about the fundraiser. Was it verified and how was it verified? So has anybody actually shown like their documentation to anyone else? I know they haven't shown it publicly, but like has Q shown you or whatever, like what she's actually gotten? Like not just told you the number, actually shown you.
Yeah, she showed the receipt where the 17,000 hit the bank. Okay.
No.
That was even on the news. I mean,
yeah. No, I'm talking about how much came in.
Oh, of what she's taking.
Because it was coming in on different channels. It wasn't all going to one PayPal. So has anyone actually shared how much they got from super chats and stuff?
She has that. I can't provide that because I'm not her and I did not receive any of those funds. So
yeah.
She has it. She does have it. I do know she has it.
But did she actually show like anyone within the 5 of you? Like, did she show exactly how much came, or did she just tell you?
I never got into it that deep, Mark. You know, all I did was donate to it. So I don't know. I don't know if she showed anyone else, but she had to have because each time, you know, whatever creator was on there was tallying it up. I mean, so other people had to know, had to know.
Yeah, that's what I was kind of like, because when I did mine, it was obviously on a smaller scale, but I literally showed everything that I made before I sent the money, and I haven't seen anybody do that.
Nobody had any idea it was going to. I mean, I think the most anybody ever expected was maybe a couple $1,000,
Yeah,
you know.
it did blow up for sure.
But
That
it
was a lot
blew.
of
I
money.
mean, you had people calling in saying they would match it, you know, and I mean, I don't understand, guys. Everything was going great. You all have no idea how much pressure was being put on people down here to act, to do the right thing, and then for some reason it just went south, because
Mm.
I don't know if people got their feelings hurt. I don't know. I don't know. I don't care. All I know is that reward fund is higher, and I don't have any doubt in my mind that the rest of it will get there, just like you finished yours, Mark. I mean,
Mm.
you know, but it don't happen overnight.
Okay, so people keep asking this, and I don't even understand this, but maybe you will. Was the call info verified?
Well, okay, was um the call that I made to her,
I'm
or
guessing so.
okay, well, the only one that could verify it would be law enforcement. And law enforcement knows this, knows what I told. They've done been told it 20 times. I mean, TBI knows it, FBI knows it. They all know it. I mean, law enforcement knows it.
Yeah.
I mean,
I mean,
I
I've heard
think what people
I
are,
personally don't buy it, but
yeah.
I mean,
Well, I
it'd be
mean, you
nice.
know,
It'd be great if she was alive and
well,
well. I mean, I hope so. I just don't buy it.
well, well, and everybody has their own opinion, you know, and
Yeah.
that's fine. I mean, but you know, am I saying that's what happened? I'm saying out of every other theory out there that people are coming up with, and from what I've heard and been told, to me, I would say that one makes the most sense. But
Mm.
who knows now? I mean, you know, now that it's been broadcast all over God knows where, who knows? Maybe we'll never find out.
You okay?
Yeah, sure.
Oh God. I don't know what just happened. I guess somebody said something awful in the chat.
Oh, tell her I get used to that.
Mm. Just give me one sec, man. There.
I'm
Sorry.
on the floor by you.
That's okay.
Get share hooked up here.
No, I just want to.
And she had a question too, I guess.
Yeah, I have a couple.
Yeah.
Okay. So the billboard thing, and maybe I missed it.
Yeah.
But that one channel they called, right, and they said, "Don't send anyone any money.
Oh,
We do
yeah.
that for free."
Yeah. Okay.
Hold on. I googled then
All right.
that company, that area for a billboard for
Yep.
how long and stuff. Can you just tell me how much did the billboard raise alone? Because I heard $3,000. Is that true?
How much did it
How much
cost,
did you
or
raise?
how
How much
much
did the
money was
billboard fundraiser? How much did the billboard fundraiser? Because it's out there that it was
okay?
$3,000 raised for a billboard. Is that true?
No.
So how
No.
much was raised for the billboard?
Me, or myself, and Cam and Allie took donations.
Yeah.
Okay.
And how much was raised for
From what was given, from that, that's what I'm getting to. From what was taken in by me, Cam, and Allie was less than $800. Okay. There's one local donor here. Okay. She gave at that time $2,000. Okay. But her and myself are going to purchase more billboards. So when I had that one put up, almost, or I think it was a little over $2,000 that I paid.
Hold on,
Yeah, go
because
ahead.
you can Google right now how much it costs for 90 days of a billboard, and it's a couple $100s. So where's the thousands of dollars? And there's only one billboard up, because these are the hard questions that people are they're putting out there. So that's why I want you to address it.
The contract's out there. Cam and Allie showed it. I can give you another photo of the contract if you want to see it.
Where's the rest of the money for the billboard? Because that one billboard is not $2,000.
But okay, the rest of the money that I took in was from me and the other one donor down here. One donor. Okay, the $800 or less than $800 that myself and Cam raised has already been put in to this billboard. This is an electronic billboard. It's not one of the static billboards. It's electronic. Okay, those things are $1,940 some for 30 days. I got it for $1,500. Okay, it's up for 60 or 56 days. Okay, because their month is 28 days. All right, so it's electronic. It's not the static. The price that you're getting on the static billboards is for the cost of the billboard to be made. Stupid cats. It scared me to death. But go ahead.
Yeah, I haven't seen that, but all right. I didn't even know.
I can email you a copy of the contract if you want.
No, I just want you to explain it, because I was looking into it too, and what everyone's saying. So that's why, like, you had to catch him up.
Yeah.
So he's working like 12-hour days the last couple days, so he's kind of out of the loop. But I just want to make sure everything's explained, because I know it's like, okay, well, it's not making sense to me. I'm a little slow, whatever. But I know that's where there's other people on here that's going to take it and run with it, like, because they're already doing it. There was something else too.
Well, listen, I walked right into Lamar's office and put it on live for him. I had the salesman, I had the manager, and the general manager. Okay, the phone call that was made, first of all, it was made to the wrong area. Okay, we're in the Tri-Cities area, the Tri-Cities market. They called the Knoxville market when they called. Okay, they asked if an active Amber Alert. Anyway, they told him it was an active Amber Alert. That is free when they first do it. They already did that. They already gave them the free 30 or 20, 26, 28 days. They already got that. Okay. Guys, they're a business. They have to make money. Okay. I mean, that's any business. They have to make money. All right. In order to get that electronic billboard for I want to say 30 days, but they don't do 30 days. It's 28 days. So that would be 56 days. And the contract was posted. All right. It's normally $1,900 and some a month. They discounted it down to $1,500 for me at that time. Okay. So there was a phone call made the other day. And bless her heart, she called the wrong market. Okay. And I don't know exactly how it went south. I don't know. All I know is they started saying he's committing fraud, that billboard's free, it don't cost anything.
Yep, that's what I heard.
Okay. All right. After I took a lashing, by people, they wouldn't, I mean, there was so much yelling. I don't know. Anybody heard anything. I mean, I was getting yelled out right and left. Okay. But I walked right into the office of Lamar, okay? Went right in there, to let them explain everything. And so then they finally ended up calling her back and explained to her, she just had the wrong one called. And, I don't know where it went wrong. All I know is I went in and straightened it out, to the best of my ability anyway. What's that one?
Quinny's. Lost it.
Chip called back and told her.
Someone was asking.
I mean, they
do the billboard if you thought she was alive in Indiana, something like that.
Yeah, because you said
because
that
here's why you guys, I do not know that she's alive in Indiana. That is what I've been told. Okay, that is what I've been told. I have no reason to doubt this part. If you are down here right now and you go out here and you ask 10 people, 6 of them, or probably 5 of them, are going to tell you that they believe she's alive and she's between Indiana to somewhere in the mid. I mean, that's what you're going to hear down here. Go out here and ask people. You're not going to hear things like she was stuffed in a well, she was in the red tote, she was dumped.
Cam and Allie's.
It breaks your heart. It breaks your heart getting on YouTube and hearing these things. I mean, why does she have to be dead? I mean,
yeah. Okay,
now you want to ask why do the billboards, guys? The day after that billboard went up, guess who texted me at 8 o'clock that morning? The WJHL texted me at 8 o'clock that morning. Okay, guys, wanting to do an interview with me and Cam and Allie, and they even done a second interview with Cam and Allie. Guys, when they see that just regular civilians are out here not going to let this go away or let this go into a cold case, they're going to act. So why not keep putting them up? I'm not doing no billboard fundraiser now.
Can I ask you a question quick?
Piece of money.
Cam and Allie's in the chat too.
Yeah, go ahead.
So TBI still, as of yesterday, I believe, still says it's an active Amber Alert, right? For Summer Wells. It's still an active Amber Alert. Why is the billboard then not done as an Amber Alert and done the way it is? Because an Amber Alert,
you have to ask Lamar that, Cher, because
maybe
they've
that's
already
how they got
done
it,
it
so that you'd have to pay. They donated it the first time. 2 years of a pandemic. I mean, every
they donated
a payment.
They don't.
But just curious why it wasn't done as like an Amber Alert.
I don't know. Okay.
It's a good question to call up and actually ask them why not an Amber Alert then. I bet that's probably part of the heat is they chose it, you guys, to do it this way so that they had to charge you, because if they do Amber Alerts for free, you see.
Well, I do know they already did their 30 or 28 days. I do know that. I keep saying 30 days, but their months is 28 days. That's why, the 2 months is 56 days, and it's not a full 30 days. But
they go off.
But why not keep putting pressure on people to not let this turn into a cold case? I mean, if what I'm being told and what I hear down here all the time is true, gosh, man, somebody do something. I mean, if that was my child, what if it was your child? Would you want? I don't know. I don't. I guess what the problem is I don't understand YouTube. Maybe I'm the one crazy here. Maybe I'm the one that's lost my mind. You know, maybe I'm the one that just thinks about things the wrong way. I don't know. Maybe I am.
Well, Joe, Tiffany's welcome to ask questions, but she cannot continuously bash me and my husband and claim that she cannot stand us, nor does she want to watch us, and then come in here and just, act like nothing goes on.
Yeah, I didn't have a chance to see what she wrote and shared. Laid the banhammer on it.
If she would like to privately reach out to me, that's fine. But I mean, other than that, there's nothing like, hello, you hate us, so, and you make that very clear.
Yeah.
So, hello,
and for
goodbye.
the record, Chase didn't say anything bad about Tiffany at all tonight.
I don't know what I've done to her. I have no idea. I don't know what I've done to her. I've never in my life spoke to AB, so I don't know what I've done to him.
Well, that's a whole other bag of cats, that one.
Running Fox, he did explain. He said already, he was just repeating rumors, which much of us are guilty of doing. It's here, 90% of it's hearsay, so bring Dr. Phil up. No, I just wanted him to clarify on that because I know what's been going around in like the last 48 hours. He's been busy at work building cabinets and things. So I just wanted to explain better because if I'm confused, there's probably several others that might be a little confused. So I didn't mean to come at you so hard, Chase, but it wasn't adding up for me. And I realized like really wanting it better laid out, and you did. So thank you.
Well, I'm going to lay this out, okay? The last donation I received was a while. It was for like $35. Okay, that's the last donation that I'm taking. I don't need donations for the billboards. Okay, I don't want any more. If there's any ever sent, which I'm not putting my Cash App out there again, but if there is any ever sent, they'll be refunded right then. I don't want them. Okay, there is me and one other lady down here. We'll do it. So if anybody wants to do a billboard for summer, just contact Lamar. But you can't pay on it a little bit at a time. You have to buy it, and then when it's up for renewal, you have to buy it again. Now, if you go get one of the, I call it a static billboard, which it's not electronic. It doesn't move. It just stays up. Those are cheaper. Okay. But this was the biggest billboard on Fort Henry Drive in the busiest spots, or the busiest spot in Kingsport. I even took a beating for putting it in Kingsport. Well, guys, Ben Hill is right there in King. It's close to Kingsport.
It's right there. Why would someone care? Go ahead. I don't even get that one.
I don't know. I don't know. It's not.
Where are you supposed to put it up? Put one up here?
I don't know. I don't know what I've done to these two people. I have no idea what I've done to them.
Honestly, I'm just as confused about this whole thing as when we started, because I couldn't make the connection as to why everyone was jumping on each other and all this to begin with. I still don't understand.
I wasn't given 1 penny for the reward fundraiser, and guys, I took more out of my pocket for the billboard than what we took in. So I don't know what I've done to either of the two. I have no idea. I don't know.
Yeah, it's just how YouTube is, man. Like if you stand out and do something extra for a case, people they jump all over you. I mean, they did it to you, they did it to me.
I've told everybody on here I never asked anybody to subscribe to me. I never asked anybody to, I always told everybody, don't unsubscribe from people. Don't do it. But yet, I still have no idea what I did. And as far as AB, I've never spoke to the man. I don't know him. Well, I don't know what I've done to him. I have no clue. None. All I did was try to help with that little girl. But apparently they said I've implicated myself in Summer's disappearance. Well, no, I've not, you know. If I've done that, then there's probably another 100,000 people down there that's done the same thing, because that's what everybody believes. And now, if you want to get into over the weekend when he was arrested, you know, where nobody covered this part. I mean, they covered him being arrested, but nobody covered the part we're going to talk about.
Is that the bit you were telling me earlier?
Yeah. Okay,
that
so
that
we
made me
know
think
Don
too.
got arrested for DUI. Okay. All right. Guys, anybody that lives in this area knows if you're drinking and driving, that's where you go to do it, is on those back roads over there. Okay. There was a cop in his area behind him within what, 5-10 minutes after he left his house at what, 12 o'clock Saturday night or Friday night, whenever. But when Summer went missing, Mark, remind me how long it took the cops to get there?
It was a while.
What,
We hear different times, but it was, I've
almost
heard
an
a
hour?
half hour, I've heard an hour, so at least half an hour apparently, which I don't understand how.
So you're telling me that there's just out of the blue, cop cars just hanging out over there, you know? Well, I don't buy it. You know, they're, anyway, he gets arrested. All right. Now, when you get arrested down here for DUI or public drunkenness or whatever, it says mandatory 12 hours in jail. Well, I've heard everything from 4 hours. I've heard everything from 8 hours, you know, but whatever. Okay, we know he was released. All right. Well, here's the part that I don't get, and this was from WJHL. Okay, when he went to court on Monday, right out of WJHL's mouth, they said the sheriff himself arrested him in court. Okay. Well, to me, it's always been the bailiff, you know, that's I've seen. Okay. So if the sheriff arrests him and then he's released on his own recognizance, well, I mean, 48 hours before that, he got arrested for a DUI. How's he getting in his vehicle and driving off?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, but none, you know, none of that. I didn't see anybody going over. It's just like, you know, Summer was covered on News Nation 2 nights in a row, or the past 2 nights in a row, and I ain't heard one thing about that. You know, nothing. All I've heard's, you know, my crap on there. And then, you know, over this billboard. Well, I tell you what, I'm waiting. I'm watching all these billboards down here, and I want to see another one put up. I want to see that. I really do. You know, because I'm getting the shit kicked out of me for doing it. Let's see if somebody else gets beat up for doing it. And like I said, I don't know what I've done to anybody, but
yeah, a lot of times you don't have to do anything to anybody.
Well, if I have done something, tell me what it is I've done. And hell, if I'm wrong, I'll apologize about it. But hell, what have I done other than try to help her? I guess it was just my turn. I mean, from you know, I I didn't go back and look at old videos and this, that, and the other, and go back and look at what people had done years ago or months ago. I didn't look at none of that. I didn't care, you know. But now that this happened and I start going back and looking, well, looks to me like it's a running theme with people on YouTube, you know, that they eventually it's your turn to get beat up. So
yeah, that stuff does kind of go full circle.
There'll be something, you know. I don't know. I just appreciate you for calling me and, you know, contacting me and let's doing this. I appreciate it. But
yeah, absolutely.
Mark, if you ever hear I've done anything to you, pick the phone up and call me, will you?
Hey, likewise. Yes. By all means. If I've somehow wronged you, talk to me. Don't make a video about me. Handle it like grown-ups.
Yeah, please.
I hate this bickering and sniping. I say it all the time. I can't stand that shit. And some people, their whole channel, and they're successful channels too, just doing nothing but talking shit about other people, whether it's true or not.
Well, here's the thing, man. This, you know, I mean, all people have are, you know, 10, 12, 15,000 guys. That ain't nothing on YouTube. You know,
true.
When you're a big dog, that's when you're up in the 50s and 100,000 subscribers. I mean, I don't know. I just hope 15 and 16,000 subscribers pays a lot of money a month. That's what I hope.
Well, I can tell you 11,000 doesn't
Because
pay a
I've
lot of money.
had enough. I've had my last second of it was the other day. I've had enough, and I took my own action, and it's coming soon. But I've had enough.
I hope it all works out, and I don't know what I believe I know who it is, and I don't know what your actual goal is, but if you need another person to say what they've done to myself and share, let me know.
Oh, I will take you up on that, Mark. I will, if you would send me the, you know, send me videos or whatever.
I'll send you the YouTube stuff where I actually, you know, I filed defamation claims and stuff. I'll send all that.
Send me all that, because I've got a ton there's one creator with about 30 or 40,000 subscribers. He's dealt with the same thing, and you know, he's you find out who you find out a lot of things on here, and there's a lot of people willing to pass along what they have, and you know, like I said, it's just going straight to the attorneys, and you know, we'll see. Yep. It's coming very soon, but I've had enough. That right, Christy Vincent, right there. You want to see the donator? You want to see the donor? Okay, that is going to help that's going to flood Kingsport, Tennessee. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much for being here. I will call you when I get done here, Christy, unless you're, you know, still on vacation. But thank you so much. I appreciate it.
That's so generous of you. That woman right
there is one of the ones that's me and her will do it. We don't need anybody else. Me and her will take care of it. We'll take care of the rest of them. So thank you, Christy. I appreciate you so much, ma'am. Thank you for allowing me to say your name. Okay.
That's very, very generous. Wow. Ask him to speak on JSBS. I have no idea what JS is.
You're You're kind of breaking up a little bit on me, Mark.
Someone wanted you to speak about the JS BS.
Oh, Jody Sue, that
oh, that's the neighbor?
she, well, I mean, what I can't understand is how when I came out and I told the creators that were backing her, there was one creator that was feeling about her the same way that I felt. Okay. And she told me, she said she had a feeling about her. She had a feeling about her. And now, now that I told what I thought, what I thought was going on with Jody, okay, now that creator is backing Jody Sue after she was the only one that said that she felt the same way that I felt about her, that she was in it for the wrong reasons or coming up to make money or whatever, But now that creator that agreed with me is backing her for some reason. I don't know why. I don't know. I don't get YouTube. I don't get it. I guess you just I don't get it. But I do understand the law, and I do understand how attorneys do things, and it's coming. It is coming, because that was the last straw with me. And
okay, I'm really confused about this. Jody Sue is the neighbor who apparently heard Summer scream, right?
Yes.
What else has she done?
It's a
That's
long
all I've
story,
heard from
man.
her.
That's another
show,
it. Buddy. That's another show, man.
Oh, so she's been like really involved with the social media and everything? Okay.
Yeah. That's a whole other show.
Fair enough.
But
yeah, it's funny when you get into different like circles on YouTube, you completely miss certain things. I've never watched a video about Jody Sue ever. I've never seen one.
You're lucky.
Yeah, all I've ever heard is she said she heard a scream, which could have been Summer around that time. That's all I've heard about her.
I don't know if she did or not. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. But I just all I can do is speak for myself, and I don't know what I've done to anybody on here, but all they have to do is just tell me what I've done to them. But nobody took that route, so they took the other route.
Cowards never do. Well, they'll just make a nasty video about you. They'll never go at you directly.
Well, they're going to have
okay, here's my issue.
They're going to have to give me an answer real soon of what I did to them. So
there you go.
But
if it's all on Facebook, that explains why. Because I don't do anything on Facebook. I can't keep up with YouTube. Never mind Facebook. I got rid of my Instagram too.
Do what you do on here, Mark. Don't get tied up with the other creators. Don't join up, or don't try to help. I'll tell you right now, don't try to help them. Don't try to just you do what you do, and let everybody else do their own, research or whatever. Just do you, and then that.
Oh, I saw something in the chat I want to address. Sheriff said that the scream was unfounded. Now, okay, I'm going to tell you something about this sheriff. This sheriff, okay, he was talking about basically everything that Dawn said was a possibility. He went like down the list, said, no, unfounded, can't happen, blah, blah, blah. When he said that the dog, the scent dog could lose a scent if it changes substrate, like from gravel to asphalt, that's when I knew that man is a fucking idiot. No, they wouldn't. They would have a better scent on asphalt than they would on gravel. That sheriff is a moron.
Well, see,
The
but that's
only
just it,
the only
Mark.
substrate
Nobody
that a dog could lose the scent is going from land to water. Not this
going
kind of
through water.
ground
That's
to
it.
that kind of ground. No, they wouldn't lose the scent there. They lost the scent because she got in a vehicle and
But
left.
there you go. There you go. But
So that's about how
well,
much weight I give what Sheriff
like I
Lawson has
said,
to
Mark.
say.
Well, you know, we were putting a lot of pressure down here, a whole lot, but now it's right back to where it was. I mean, you know, look, they had Don arrested Monday. Okay, that was but he wasn't arrested for more than an hour, and then released him on OR. If they had something on him, you know, would don't you think they would have kept him in there and questioned him more?
Yeah, I don't think they have
I mean,
anything on
see that.
Don to.
But as far as Jody Sue go, you know, I mean, Penny tried to help her. Penny spent, which she's with True Crime Commentary. She tried to help her for, I mean, weeks and weeks and weeks, and then, you know, all of a sudden, I don't know. Like I said, that's a whole other show. That's a whole other show. But thank you for reaching out, Mark. I appreciate it. And you have my number. Call me anytime, man. I mean, whatever, you know.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, and get in touch with me, and we'll whatever you need about the lawyer stuff, I'll help you out any way I can.
Yeah.
Man.
Okay. Well, I appreciate it, because like I've been contacted by quite a few, and I've got they you know, they want it all. They want all of it. So.
Oh yeah, the more bullets you got, better chance you're going to hit something.
All right, Mark. Well, thank you, and I appreciate it. Thank you for your time. And
yeah, well, thanks for coming up, and hopefully we straighten some stuff out for a lot of people. I know I'm still just as confused.
Just you know,
Show
I am
Bell, I
too.
never timed you out. I don't know who
people are
did.
going to do what they do, but people are going to do what they do. They're going to keep coming at me, which is fine. But guys, keep praying about this little girl. She does not have to be dead. Keep praying that somebody will do the right thing down here, please. That's all I'm asking.
That's all we can ask.
But all right, guys, thanks, and Mark, thanks. I appreciate it. I'll let you go then.
All right, man. Thanks for coming in.
Oh, no problem. Bye-bye.
Take care. Well, there you guys have it. Hopefully we got some information out there for you. I know I was really confused about how everyone went from loving Chase and what he was doing to he's hiding shit, scamming. I don't know. It didn't add up to me, and I'm just really confused about the whole thing. I'd actually like to talk to the other people doing the fundraiser, because it left me with more questions. Not that I don't think it's legit. I don't understand why the whole thing blew up over the waiver. I don't get it. But anyways, thank you all for hanging. The mods, I've seen some timing out going on, and some people don't really appreciate it, but I mean, if they're being disrespectful, I was trying to listen to Chase, so I wasn't paying that much attention to the chat. So if your question got ignored, I apologize. And if you were timed out for something you didn't think you should have been, I apologize for that too. But anyways, yeah, I would have dropped the link, whoever had asked that, but I'm going to be cutting this off. I am very, very tired. I just want to hang out with my baby. What happened with the waiver quickly? Well, there was two waivers, right? But there was supposed to be a waiver to use Summer's likeness on the billboard that apparently, or no, sorry, not on the billboard. See, I'm getting tired. Teespring required a waiver to use Summer's likeness. Most likely because people complained about it. Maybe it was just because it was a picture of a child. I don't know for sure, but that waiver never happened. And that particular clothing or whatever, it was shut down. So I don't know why the waiver is even a big thing at all, because it didn't make a difference. It happened after they had already raised the money. So yeah, apparently they raised a lot of money and it's going to Civis Bank. There was a huge chunk of it already sent, but lots of things like YouTube super chats and all that stuff, it's a month late. So chances are in a couple of weeks, few weeks, the rest of it's going to be going there. But anyway, I don't understand how Chase got targeted because of that. And whatever. I mean, I don't get why he's getting hated. It it doesn't make sense. Even the phone call thing. Like, we've all said, I think this happened, and we say something with conviction and we believe it or whatever, and then we end up being wrong or we change our minds. We learn something new. That happens all the time. And I don't know. I hope he's right. I hope she is alive in Indiana and coming home soon. That'd be awesome. Somebody's going to be going to prison for that, but at least she'd be alive. But anyways, well, if it wasn't a theory, well, how could it not be a theory? If it was true, the police would have gone and caught her. It is a theory. But anyways, thanks everyone for watching, and we will catch you. I think Cher's doing one on her new channel. Are you doing one tomorrow, honey? Well, I don't know if she can hear me. Next one's coming up on Cher's, I think, on Totally Blunt with Cher. This is the next one. Anyways, hope to see you all there. Thanks for hanging. Thank you to all the new members and to everyone who gives super chats. You are awesome. And we will catch you on the next one. And until then, this is Perry Boy 77, aka Mr. Cher, saying good day, good night.